All right. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna be going through a recap of the card and a little bit of going on to what is next for all of these amazing fighters, going through every single one, telling them what they should do next in their career, because I have the best decisions on what they should do. No, but for real though, I'll try to give some except for some of the prelim guys, because unfortunately I don't know who they should fight next. For the most part, I think, especially for this first prelim fight, look, absolutely terrible. But we're gonna go through the card, talk about it a little bit, give a brief little recap, and then we'll do a little quick preview of the next card, which is going to be Dvalishvili versus Jan 2. But we will save that for the end of when we get through this. We're going to go through it, starting off with this first fight. Not much to talk about. Denzel Freeman, Mark Bujulo. I don't know where they got this Mark Bujulo guy or Denzel Freeman guy from, but cut him. If that was a Dana White Contender Series fight, neither of them would have gotten a contract and they would have had to fight again. So I think you make Denzel Freeman fight again as soon as possible. Both guys barely took any damage. Just a lot of tipping, tapping, a lot of really not much activity from these guys during the whole fight. It was pretty boring, honestly. Pretty boring. I really wish they would have done a little bit more. But Denzel Freeman got the unanimous decision win. He was definitely throwing like 2 or 3 punches more than the other guys. So he gets the win there. Moving up, Nuro Aliyev versus Shamrock. Nuro Aliyev, man, he just comes out swinging, man. And Shamrock, I don't think was expecting as much, pressure from the feet. I think he was expecting to defend a lot of takedowns, and he did do a good job defending takedowns. But Nuro Aliyev, Tajikistani Khabib over here, he was just throwing hands, and he was connecting really good on Shamrock. He did end up bringing it back a little bit. Shamrock ended up fighting back and kind of made it close. I think it was the second or third round he ended up making a little bit closer. You got one of the judges to give one round there, but for the most part, it was all Nuro Aliyev just dominating on the feet. He didn't really shoot for takedowns. He was landing cleanly, so no need to land a takedown if you're landing cleanly on the feet. So Shamrock needs to not be so hesitant on the feet. Let those punches fly. If he realizes the guy's coming at him with intent to knock him out on the feet, he needs to respond the same way with something to get his respect, and he just didn't. So Shamrock ends up losing Nuro Aliyev by decision. Ismail Nurduraev, yeah, man, he brutally knocked him out from Morocco too. So that's good for the UFC. They want another Moroccan guy climbing up the rankings. Ryan Loder, dude, she's not looking good for you. Like, ugh. He got KO'd. He got KO'd by, how did Loder KO Valentine? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy KO Valentine, honestly. But yeah, no, Loder is just, he doesn't look comfortable on the feet at all. He looks very nervous. They said he was a wrestler. He has like wrestling pedigree, but he did not use that at all. He got laid spark out hold by Ismail Nurduraev. So yeah, not much to talk about there. He made it pretty quick. Moving up, Alexandre Topuria versus Begzat Alamakan. This was another decently dominant. It wasn't super dominant, but it was pretty. Alexandre Topuria looked in control the whole fight, honestly. Begzat Alamakan threw a lot of hard, good shots in the beginning, but Topuria just, again, rolled with those shots just really well. He saw everything coming. He absorbed them. He, let his guard do his work. He really did a great job being defensive, absorbing all the shots and stuff like that. And then when he would dish out shots, it would do damage on Begzat and cut him up and bust him up and stuff like that. He really busted up Begzat's face. So, he busted all over him, honestly. And, just made it look, he didn't make it look easy, but he made it look like, he knows what he's doing. He has a high level of understanding for, fighting and stuff. So looked really good for Alexandre Topuria. He has a lot of opportunity. now in the bantamweight division to go up and potentially fight one more and then get ranked, most likely. I mean, they can throw him a ranked guy, number 15, number 14 guy right now, and I wouldn't really be that upset. 7-1 now, so I mean, pretty decent record. 6-1 is a little 7-1. So yeah, expect Alexander Topuria to get a decent match next. I hope so. I hope they don't feed him some can that he can knock out. I hope he's a somewhat competitive fight. And bantamweight has plenty of competitive fights in the rankings and a little bit outside the rankings too. So yes. Anyways, moving up, Abdul Rahman Yakaya versus Rafael Sucria. This was by submission, but he got absolutely jelly-legged by Abdul Rahman. Just came out swinging, came out with full intention, and really he took him out so fast. I mean, no opposition from Rafael Sucria. None really. I mean, I don't think he got a single thing up. I think he's running the whole fight, covering up. So yeah, so sucks to see for him. Abdul Rahman Yakayev, light heavyweight. He looks a little bit small for a light heavyweight for some reason, but yeah, he got it done. What is his record now? He's from Turkey. He's 8-0. Not bad. Hunter. He is Hunter. So yeah, he should be getting in another good fight up in the light heavyweight division. Rafael Sucria, I mean, I think he's been, bro's been losing. Round one KO. That's 4 round 1 KOs. That's gotta be so depressing as a fighter, man. I'm so sorry for him. Like, the Lion, Rafael. I mean, he's 11-4. Like, that's not terrible. But I'm guessing his, last 4 losses have all been all of these, and it's all been in the UFC. So I think, he did really good on the regional scene. Now that he's in the UFC, he's fought some good guys. Aslan is not bad from what we've seen, at least. What was Aslan? Oh no, he lost his last. No, Aslan looked terrible. Never mind. Aslan sucks. The last one. Anyways, we're getting distracted here. Feel bad for the Lion. The Lion does not care if he gets knocked out 4 times in a row. The Lion will get knocked out 5 times in a row. No, I'm just kidding. I feel bad for him. Anyways, moving up, Alex Perez, Asu Almabayev. It looked at first Alex Perez got this handled. He was doing really good in taking down Asu Almabayev. Striking was looking good as well. Sorry. It's 6:31, so don't judge me too harshly. Alex Perez was looking good in the fight. Round 1 and round 2, looking really good for him. And then Asu Almabayev, off of a terrible shot by Alex Perez, just jumps Gilly, sinks it in, and he gets him to tap, gets him to go out. So, really impressive from Asu Almabayev. The first 2 rounds, though, were a little bit sketchy. It looks like Alex Perez was doing his thing and was not looking good for Asu Almabayev. I don't know who they give him next in the flyweight division. Maybe like an Steve Urseg or something. But I don't want Steve Urseg to fight this guy. I want Steve Urseg to fight another striker. Funny, so we can have some fun fights. But Asu Almabayev, he did pretty good. And he did good striking. So, I mean, Steve Urseg fight. Why not? It would be a good challenge for them. Moving up, we got Nicholas Dalby versus Sagid Isgamaikev. Sagid needs to get sent to Denmark 2-3 years and forget, man, because Nicholas Dalby at the ripe age of 41 in his prime just absolutely smothered Sagid Isgamaikev. This is the one time where it's like, he's got control. The other guy's really not doing anything against him, pushing him up against the cage, and he's just holding him there. It doesn't feel so good when it gets reversed on you. Anyways, it's just split decision, but I had Dalby, like, all rounds for Dalby. Other than like round 2, I would say, but I think Dalby was like in one or two bad positions, but for the most part, just was very dominant the whole time. Yeah, no, he didn't really get any takedowns, but he just held Sagan up against the cage, and Sagan had no answers for it. Got tired, and you can tell Islam was freaking out in the corner. He's like, "You need to fight. You need to come on, brother. What are you doing? You're fine." But yeah, no, Nicholas Dalby at the ripe age of 41, putting it together, man, getting it done against a debuting Dagestani. So good for him. Good for him. I'm sure Sagan will be back though, and they'll get him another matchup. I mean, hopefully soon too, because they both barely took any damage. There's a whole lot of grappling that fight, little punches and stuff like that. Nothing really big. So yeah. See, they're at welterweight. I don't know if they'd give Sagan. Nicholas Dalby, maybe they can give him, since he did beat a pretty good game, maybe they can give him like a Max Payne Griffin or something like that. That's some nice matchup for him that they can win. All right, he deserves this after fighting a debuting Dagestani that he's most likely projected. I don't know why it doesn't show odds, but he's most likely gonna projected to lose this match. But anyways, moving up. This one was an absolute bomb, lad. Like fucking, I can't believe this first round I had. Luke Riley, man, gets it done against Bogdan Grad. This little imp over here was just so intent on grappling and stuff, and that makes sense. Bogdan Grad, Luke. I did not realize I was not a Luke Riley noticer / enjoyer before, but now I am. I really have not watched any of Luke Riley's regional fights. 11-0 record looks pretty good to me. And yeah, he got it done. He had a tough first round, a lot of grappling from Bogdan Grad, but he survived all of it. Second round, he comes out and he just right on the butt, right on the chin, just spins Bogdan Grad's head. And yeah, not much more to say about this. It was a tough first round. Featherweight is going to be pretty tough for Luke Riley. How tall is he? Is there anything for how tall he is? I thought he looked decently sized for the division, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, great win for Luke Riley, getting it done by KO 30 seconds into round 2. Absolutely botted him bad. Alright, anyways, moving up. Ooh, I love this one. Love this fight right here. Tiger Ulanbekov versus Kyoji Horiguchi. Now, I was thinking we were in for another situation like Nicholas Dalby, but it was going to be Tiger Ulanbekov doing the holding and stuff. But no, Kyoji Horiguchi, man. Holy shit, did he look good. Striking perfect. Grappling perfect. Like, it looked all well put together by Kyoji Horiguchi. And even though he was smaller than him, like significantly smaller, he was just muscling out Tiger, doing what he wanted. He landed a sick head kick on Tiger, got on top of him and choked him out, made him tap. Why you not tap? You go to sleep. Why go to sleep when you can tap? And he did tap, because he did not want to go asleep in front of Islam. That would have been not very good. But no, Kyoji Horiguchi, man. People forget, man. Kyoji Horiguchi his only loss is to Demetrius Johnson at flyweight at that time. He's 7-1, and it's crazy the UFC cut him. And now he's back after winning Ryzen and Bellator championships. I think you can put him there against Pantoja pretty soon. I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy. We had Kai Asakura challenge Pantoja for the championship with only fights in Ryzen and no fights in the UFC. So Kyoji Horiguchi has a stake to if he wants to fight for the title next. So honestly, like if Pantoja and Van, if it goes Pantoja's way, which I think it will, I think you throw Kyoji Horiguchi in there. I think you throw him in there, even though it's a 1 win. But it's 1 win against Tiger Ulanbekov, who I believe 17-3 now. I mean, not a terrible record, and he's definitely a prospect of Khabib. So I think we should rate that. All right, we should really rate that. We should give Kyoji Horiguchi not a title shot, a title eliminator fight against either like the winner of Brandon Royval and Manel Cap, which I think it will be Manel Cap. So Manel Cap, Kyoji Horiguchi. I think that'd be a great fight for a title contender fight. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Waldo, big boy, Cortez Acosta from Dominican Republic, fighting Shamil the Real Meal Gaziev. Shamil the Real Meal, unfortunately, I mean, you can't, other than Derek Lewis, I don't think you can get to the top of heavyweight with a build like this. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. He's from Bahrain. I saw a picture that he actually did train under Abdul Managomedov. So yeah, another Dagestani dude. I mean, it doesn't say Dagestani, but I mean, come on, he's got the beard, he's got the shaved mustache. Come on, yeah, you know, they're all they got the same look, they got the same style, they're from the same area. Ooh, my back stretched and yawned a lot during this, so I don't mean to make you yawn. But it is early in the morning, and this is really one of my few times to record this, or at least when I want to record this. But anyways, Waldo Cortez Acosta gets it done, makes him jiggle. All right, he fell to the ground like a sack of potatoes, and if you watch the slow mo, you can see like his chest, stomach just. It was quite hilarious. Poor Shamil, man. Had a real fan base of memes growing behind him, and it would have been pretty funny if he beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. Waldo Cortez Acosta, his new gimmick is doing eye poke stuff, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. The whole eye patch thing was a little bit weird, but it's whatever. I mean, you know, he's got to do something to get names and headline on him and stuff like that. So it's not a terrible idea to, you know, be like super coming out against Aspinall. This is how you defend against eye pokes. Honestly, it's not a terrible idea. And honestly, good for him for trying to get his name out there and build himself up and doing promotion. Unlike a lot of these other heavyweights who just fight and that's it. So yeah, good on Waldo Cortez Costa. I think you give him a Volkov fight next. Did they already fight? I don't know if him and Volkov fought already. Let me see. Who has he fought at the... Okay, so he's not fought... Yeah, he's not fought Volkov next. I think that's what needs to be next. He fights Volkov for like a title contender fight. After Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane settle their business. This next one, man. Oh yeah, Waldo. Yeah, I already said what he was gonna do. This next one, man. Oof, brutal for Jack Hermansson. I was really scared for Jack on this one already. I mean, I was looking for a picture or something like that of him at the weigh-ins, and they did end up showing one of him weighing in, and I was like, ooh, yeah, we should not be cutting this much weight after a knockout loss. And we should not be fighting soon after a knockout loss. And you should not be fighting a guy who's coming up a weight class. Like, this is just all the wrong things for Jack Hermansson for this fight. He's having some success at first, so I was kind of like, ooh, okay, Jack Hermansson, he's looking big, like, he's looking long and lengthy for the division. He might actually, like, shit, he was looking somewhat good. I'm like, he can give some people some problems in the welterweight division with just his size, like how he is right now and stuff. But then Jake Orblai just cracked him and sent Jack just crumbling down. And it really wasn't even like the most, you know, on the chin spot. I think it would like literally bounced off his ear, kind of like grazed the side of his head, and just sent Jack absolutely collapsed onto the ground. You could hear audio of one of the refs or one of the UFC employees pretty much being like, "It's done, Jack. It's over. You lost. You got knocked down." Jack's like, something like that. But yeah, Orblai, he's a savage, man. You look at this man and you think savage. You think beast, alpha male warrior when you look at this guy. And he just went, just absolutely destroyed Jack Hermanson. Yeah, I don't know what Jack Hermanson does next. I think, and I don't mean to copy him and make exactly the breakdown too and stuff, but Jesus Christ, he should honestly look at retiring or getting into something else, because to be cracked like that back to back by a bigger guy and now a smaller guy, I mean, well, I think he could do good, like doing the grappling stuff, like karate combat. He wants to go full grappling and stuff, or not karate combat. I mean, yeah, he should go full grappling. Nothing with getting hit on the chin for Jack Hermanson, for his next endeavor in his job search. I'm sure the UFC will keep him around though. I mean, it's not like he's been lost to Sean Strickland in 2022. Man, he had a time where he did not fight for a year. That's crazy. Yeah, Jack Hermanson really didn't fight for a while, then he just randomly fought Joe Pyfer. Beat Joe Pyfer by decision, which is aging pretty decently well. Beat Chris Curtis by decision, which is, that's all right. Well, Strickland won by split decision. Dang, made a close fight with Strickland. That's crazy. But yeah, now he got brutally KO'd by RoboCop, and now he got brutally KO'd by Orblai. So yeah, tough to see for Jack. Jack the Joker. Jack is the Joker. Give him to Orblai now that he's at welterweight. Give him Kevin Holland. That's probably the next fight they'll want to probably make. Feed him to Kevin, or feed him, feed Kevin Holland to Miltbik Orblai now that he's at welterweight. Anyways, moving on. This was another crazy fight right here. I was a little bit nervous for Volkan Ozdemir at first. He did get clipped with a good shot by like a swinging. Again, Alonzo Minifield, man, his striking is just so terrible, man. It's so terrible. It really is. Like, if you're a big guy at light heavyweight or heavyweight and you just swing sometimes, you win, obviously. But for him, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Volkan Ozdemir puts it on him. He gets stung a little bit, and that's why I was a little bit nervous. He got, like, slightly shaky leg, just a little bit. But then he composed himself, and he just put it on Alonzo Minifield and comboed him up against the cage and just put him out. It was like 6 or 7 punches or something. It was like, boom, one on the chin, boom, another one to the body. And then when he came back up against the chin, and like, it was like his second to last punch just connected beautifully on the chin, just spun Alonzo Minifield's head, put him down, and yeah, that was all she wrote. Alonzo Minifield, man, like, it's tough to say. I mean, he lost to Olberg, and he's lost to Ozdemir, and he's lost to Mirzakhanov too. So it's looking like he can really only be beating these somewhat shitty kind of guys, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. He doesn't seem top 10 material. It seems like he's going to be ranging around that top 15, that 15 to an unranked spot for a while. So Volkan Ozdemir gets it done, protects his spot. I don't think it'd be terrible. I mean, Ozdemir and Mirzakhanov fought yet? I don't think they have. Ozdemir versus Mirzakhanov, that'd be a great fight. Mirzakhanov is calling out Yuri, but I think Ozdemir versus Mirzakhanov would be a great fight. Moving up, I predicted this. I predicted Machado Gary would win and become the number 1 contender. That's terrible. My voice sounds terrible this morning for an Irish impression. Anyways, yeah, Machado gets it done. Decision, unanimous. Paul did have some pretty good moments he had some good shots on Gary, but for the most part, all the stinging shots and all the damaging shots were really done by Ian Gary. I mean, he had like one cut/bruise on his face, but that was it. Other than that, Ian Gary was chewing up his leg, teeping him, landing good 1-2s, being really evasive, being very elusive, defending all the shots, defending all the takedowns. Bilal got no takedowns at all. Everything was, defended. You can see all the significant strengths. all favored towards leaning towards Ian Gary. No, Ian Gary, I mean, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Yeah, him versus Makhachev is next, unironically. My only thing, though, is the build is going to be, it's not going to be Conor versus Khabib, guys. If you think it's going to be anywhere the level of heat of Conor versus Khabib, you're wrong, because Ian Gary is going to be complimenting Islam Makhachev the whole time. He's going to be complimenting him. Islam, I really think that you're a big, strong man and very scary, and I'm honored to fight you, all the respects. But I'm the best welterweight in the world, I think, and I would like to prove that to you, mate. So some shit like that. I mean, the best I think I would give him advice is just be like, yeah, just, tell, you don't have to be like, Islam, your religion, and you suck and you're inbred like that. I think that's too far. I think going like that hard is kind of crazy. So, like, MMA Guru goes way too hard and crazy sometimes on that shit, where it's like, all right, chill out a little bit, like, chill out. I think if Ian Gary's just like, I'll knock him out, clean out. Like, say you'll head kick, knock out Islam, and that'll create some heat, because Islam, you're not going to knock me out. I'm not going to get knocked out by you, brother. So yeah, should be a somewhat fun build up for that fight, but at the same time, it's not going to be the level of Conor versus Khabib. So, still a good fight. He's got a great record, 17-1. That's gonna look good against Islam with his like, I think he's like what, 26-1, 27-1. He's also up there with only one loss too. So, see who gets another loss added onto the record to make it 2. But yeah, Ian Gary, just don't see him being Islam. Then when they do end up fighting, you'd really take like a head kick miracle type of situation for Ian Gary. Because Bilal Muhammad's takedowns are looking like shite. He's now failed multiple times for takedowns against JDM and Ian Machado Gary. 2 guys he should be kind of taking down, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, yeah. Bilal Muhammad, I don't know where he goes next. I think he's going to have a similar situation to Leon Edwards, where it's going to be like, man, this guy got to the top of the division. Old welterweights suck. Because, I mean, who are they going to put Bilal Muhammad against other than someone like, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, another big, lengthy, scary dude. I think Bilal Muhammad's best choice would be like a Colby Covington matchup. He could probably win that. So, yeah, I don't know. Bilal Muhammad, it's not looking... I don't know if he would fight at the welterweight. I mean, I've looked over his wins before. He beat Sean Brady, but other than that, this is all the old guard of the welterweights. It really is. Maya in 2021, Luque in 2022, Burns in 2023, Edwards in 2024. Just like, we're past that era now, bro. Welcome to the new era. Welcome to the future. Leon Machado Gary. Anyways, moving on to the main event. Can't believe they gave Arman Sarukian a performance of the night bonus. He's rich, okay? He doesn't need $50K, all right? He doesn't need another watch, all right? He doesn't need another 20, 30 burgers at his feet. But we all knew this was coming. I mean, we all knew it was inevitable. Dan Hooker, as much as we love him and stuff like that, he is just not world champ material. As painful as that is to say that, because I love Dan Hooker. He's a fighter, like they always say, he's a fighter's fighter. He wants to put on entertaining shows and fights. And Arman Sarukian, man, he showed how it's done with how to do grappling and top control and stuff like that, because he was relentless, and he showed why he deserves to be the number 1 contender. He's got the athletic attributes. He's got the IQ. I mean, he's got the mental. At first, it looked like his mental might be shaky a little bit with the headbutt against Dan Hooker, but yeah, no, he's putting it all together. He shows why he's the most deserving to fight Ilia Topuria, I think. Definitely over Paddy Pimblett, anyone else in the line. Definitely over Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje, like, dude, you need to fight again. You need to fight again. Don't talk about retiring, all right? You need to fight Paddy or someone else. to get that title contender shot. Because Arman Tsarukyan, deservedly so, gets it, even though he spent a lot of time off, which I hate that he spent like 18 months not fighting. Pulled out last minute of a very, very, very important fight. So, I mean, I'm still obviously not the happiest with Arman Tsarukyan for some of his decisions, but hey, man, he got the job done. He did what he said he was going to do. I think he gets Ilya Topuria. Let's make it as soon as possible because Arman Tsarukyan barely took any damage. Yeah, got the arm triangle against Dan Hooker. Please do Dan Hooker, Michael Chandler. Or I mean, Dan Hooker, he said Moicano. That's actually a really good fight. And honestly, really pretty similar like builds and kind of fighting styles a little bit, with Moicano being a little bit more grappling heavy. But other than that, I think that'd be a fun fight for the fans. Dan Hooker versus Moicano. They could get a little bit of fun shit talking back and forth between each other too. But yeah, no, Arman Tsarukyan gets it done, and he is going to be going on to fight Ilya next. So that should be pretty fun. Do a quick overview of this next card here. Honestly, this is pretty stacked to have all of these fights on here. No way they got my boy Marvin Vettori in early prelims. Nah. I was just talking about shit about Ivo Aslan. I didn't realize he's on this next card. Another Tajikistan guy. He looks like a creepypasta, Marian Santos. But anyways, we got some pretty good fights. Let's go over some of the ones I'm a little bit more looking forward to. Edson Barboza versus Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner is back after retirement. Turns out he still needs to make some money from the UFC, because it's kind of like, what the fuck else am I going to do? I'm long, I'm tall, I'm rangy. The UFC obviously wants me back despite his pretty terrible lightweight record. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, he beat King Green. He beat Riddle, which isn't terrible, but Riddle I haven't seen Matt Riddle fight in like forever. I think Matt Riddle might be retired, unironically. Lost to Gamrot, that's fine. He lost the decision. Lost to Unger by split. That's not too terrible either. He got submitted by Bahamondes, and he's been KO'd by Moicano, and then he beat Bobby Green. So that's not terrible, but it is a good thing he's not top 15 anymore. He's definitely an unranked lightweight kind of guy. So I think, this should be a fun matchup. Edson Barboza, we're going to see if he still got it. We're going to see if Jalen Turner still has it too as well, coming out of retirement. So yeah, Marvin Vettori, Bruno Ferreira, man, I'm scared for Marvin Vettori. He's been on a little bit of a skid as well. He beat Lindsay by decision 2023, but lost to him 2025. Very sad to see. Lost to Brandon Allen, lost to Cannonier. 3 of these fights, I think he just absolutely got battered, to be completely honest, during the whole time. He did beat Costa, kind of an uneventful fight. Lost to Whitaker. Beat Kevin. That's crazy. I remember that Kevin Holland fight. I'm like, this is such a mismatch. He beat Jack Hermanson. That's a good win. Yeah, no. Man, sucks to see. Early prelims for number 14 ranked Marvin Vettori, but they got Macy Barber. All right, she's ranked number 5. She could be higher, but still. Terrence McKinney and Chris Duncan, you're going to put over Marvin Vettori, Bruno Ferreira? Come on, man. Don't do my boy Marvin like that. Nazim Sadikov versus Fares Ziam. This should be a fun fight. These two are going to go have some crazy fights between each other. Fares Ziam and Nazim Sadikov. They should do some crazy shit. You could take a piss break probably during this one. I'm sorry, but kind of true. Terrence McKinney, Chris Duncan, that should be a fun fight. As well as Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. Grant Dawson was defending his number 13 spot. Jan Blachowicz versus Anthony Smith, coming back to, like, wow, it's crazy. Anthony Smith is back already, and he's representing Uzbekistan too. No, I'm just kidding. Bogdan Guskov versus Jan Blachowicz. I think Jan gets it done. Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. I got to go with Henry. Just, this is way too early of a jump for Peyton Talbot after losing to Hardy Barcelos and getting like a somewhat okay comeback win. Not even a KO or a submission or anything, a decision. Crazy they're giving him number 10, Henry Cejudo. It really is. If Henry loses this, he's done. You should call it a career. Brandon Moreno, Tatsuro Taira. We'll see, man. Tatsuro Taira. It's going to be a competition between him and Kyoji Horiguchi on who gets the flyweight title. I'm glad to see a lot of Japanese representation, though, at flyweight. Kaya Sakura is going up to 135. So these guys, Tatsuro Taira and Horiguchi, Japan's best chance at getting a belt right now. So, we'll see. Brandon Moreno's got his work cut out for him against Tatsuro Taira. I'm going to lean more towards Tatsuro Taira, honestly, getting it done against Brandon Moreno, but we'll see. Still, it's a really close fight. Alexander Pantoja versus Joshua Van. I'm going with Alexander Pantoja, just experience to grappling. I think he's going to take Joshua Van's back very early, and Joshua Van's going to be like, shit, I'm not ready for this. And Pantoja will do his thing, and then Merab Dvalishvili versus Piotr Yan. I can see it going very similar to the first fight, if not more output from Merab and more striking and just connection on Piotr Yan. But Piotr Yan can get it done, man. He's a savage. Maybe he can hit a mean head kick or a mean combination on Merab and put him on ice skates and take him out. But this Piotr Yan's best hope is to catch him with something clean. And he unironically might have the best chance. Shorter and stockier, Merab might feel a little bit too comfortable striking with him. So maybe Piotr Yan can catch him, but we'll see. I'm still going for Merab, most likely to win that. But yeah, that is this card and a little quick preview of this card. I'll do a full like down prediction thing later on. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday or something. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching this breakdown of this last card, a little recap, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Boy.